if you're a Jet fan, there is a ton of positives that we can pull from tonight's game, tonight's win over the Green Bay Packers. Albeit it's preseason, can't get too far ahead of ourselves here. We can't, of course, treat this like a regular season game, regular season win, but so many strengths, so many highlights, so many great moments that, look, if you're a Jet fan, you're turning off the TV, you're going to sleep tonight thinking, you know what, we're in pretty good hands. This team looked legit. So many different areas. But before we kind of dive into the recap here, I think it's important, I think it's necessary to tip our cap to AG. We've heard reporter after reporter, press conference after press conference, time and time again, people talk about how these Aaron Glenn practices in training camp are filled with fire. They're filled with energy, intensity. They're physical. They're kind of old school, which is, you know, no disrespect to the old regime, but it's a lot different. It kind of feels like it's the anti-Jeff Ulbrich, the anti-Joe Douglas, the anti-Robert Saleh, in a lot of different ways, in a lot of, just different areas of the organization, preparation, practice. Again, just every facet just feels a little bit different. And in some cases feel a lot different. And we've, again, heard all this talk about how physical this football team is and how they play like their hair's on fire and guys are running around. They're playing whistle to whistle, start to finish. No one's giving up. Everyone wants to be there. And that's literally exactly what we saw tonight. It was not hyperbole. It was not hyped up by Coach Glenn in these press conferences. It didn't seem like it was all talk. I mean, the defense was flying around. The hustle that these guys showed offensively, guys knew where they needed to be, starters-wise. It looked like a smooth operation, I think, from top to bottom, right? Understanding the context of the situation, playing in legendary Lambeau Field, understanding, hey, this is Aaron Glenn's first rodeo as a head coach. Tanner Inkstrand, first time calling plays at the NFL level. Steve Wilkes, right, working with a bunch of new players here. So I think that, again, needs to be said, needs to be talked about first and foremost. We have to tip our cap to these guys. Really, really impressive work. It's preseason. I understand it. Can't get too, excited. Oh, we're this great team or anything. But as far as what the foundation looks like, look, because it would be one thing if Green Bay started their third stringers. They didn't. We saw Jordan Love. We saw a lot of guys out there that are going to be playing, regular season minutes, regular meaningful snaps for this Packers team, both on offense and defense. And the Jets were flying around, man. We looked really, really good. Let's talk about the first team offense. So Justin Fields, we've heard some shaky reports coming, incompleting a lot of passes. He's throwing a couple picks. He's taking sacks. I thought he was decisive. We saw him show off the wheels a little bit, which was really, really cool. Rushed in for a TD. But listen to these first two drives right now, albeit Justin Fields only 3 for 4. So it's not like he had, 2-3 quarters, of course, to play. Only that one drive. But again, quick decisions, hitting guys over the middle of the field. Really felt like he was set up for success by the offensive line. We're going to talk about them in a second. What a job that they did. Armand Membu, dude, talk about a great night. In pass pro and in run blocking, man, I was I'm not going to say blown away by Membu because it's only preseason here, but I was very encouraged. I liked Membu pre-draft and everything, but he looked like he belonged like that, no problem. But yeah, again, Fields 3 for 4, efficient. The offense was moving. One negative play. What was it? 10 play drive, 79 yards, resulting in a touchdown. One negative play. The only negative play was an incompletion on that first drive. Again, we were going up against some of the Packers starters here. So that's got to be encouraging. I understand that Jeff Hafley's not throwing complicated blitzes and complicated looks at Fields, but what was the biggest thing that we were talking about before this game, after the Aaron Glenn press conference where he said, hey, the starters will play? It's, can we stack a positive day? Can we build, of course, reps is one, that's one aspect. Going out there, getting experience with the guys, building chemistry, that's all great. That's all understood. We all know this. But can you stack a positive day? Because all of a sudden, whether you're Justin, whether you're Tanner, whether you're Garrett Wilson, an offense player, whether you're a Jet fan, you're going to sleep tonight thinking, hey, you know what? This dude showed off, hey, he can play. He can run the offense. And it looked efficient. It looked smooth. It didn't look clunky. It didn't look weird. There was there's really penalties throughout the game, but, it's the first week of preseason, August 9th here. There's going to be penalties. You look across the NFL, tons of teams are getting flagged. I don't want to harp on the flags too much. Some of them were ticky-tack. Some of them definitely deserve to be called. Flags happen. It's preseason. That's what it's there for, to kind of work out these kinks. But again, with Justin, totally impressed. He kind of looked like exactly how a lot of Jets fans expected him to look if he has to, or like, if you could get, I truly believe if you give Justin protection, he can hurt you through the air, he could hurt you on the ground. I don't want to disrespect Chicago. I don't want to, look at last season with Pittsburgh or anything and say, oh, he wasn't put in a position to have success or anything like that. But it really feels like this go around with the Jets, with an offense that's built around field strengths, with a team that really is trying to embrace Justin, wrap their arms around him and say, hey, you're our guy. We don't know for how long, but for this season, here's your runway. Go prove it. Here's a 2-year deal, 40 mil, 30 mil guaranteed. You got your guy in Josh Myers. You got Garrett Wilson on the outside. We're going to run the football. Like, it feels like he has the Jets have almost set the stage for Fields to have success, and really pleased that the offense, we only got one drive, but it was a super successful drive. I will take that. I felt like Fields looked great. Let's talk about the offensive line. I felt like they looked really impressive, right? Were they perfect? No, but Kenny Clark, like, we were going up against some solid Packers, on that defensive front, but also too, right? No John Simpson. Joe Tippmann playing left guard. He's been taking his snaps primarily at center this training camp. So it was kind of this like incomplete offensive line lineup for the Jets. So it's not even full strength. And I felt like it looked really good. Fields had time to throw. The running backs had gaps to run through. Braylon Allen's just out there like a bowling ball, just chugging along, breaking through these gaps on the inside. He just looks like an absolute force. We knew this last year. We knew it coming out of Wisconsin, but man, he just looks powerful as hell, like Brandon Jacobs. It's fun to watch, man. When Braylon gets going, like when he gets moving north and south, that's really it fires me up as a fan. But I think it all stems, right? Those two positive drives, starting off the game with that 10-play, 79-yard drive that first go round, and then the second one, which ultimately was a turnover on downs, going for it on a fourth down, not opting for the field goal. Again, I would actually have an issue with that if that was in the regular season, but preseason, hey, it's another rep for the offense. But regardless, that was still a 12-play drive. What was it? 12-play, 68 yards. So, what is that? 22 plays, over 100 yards of offense in the first two drives against some of the Packers starters. And Matt LaFleur even talked about it coming out of the halftime locker room, and it was in Lambeau, right? So awesome job. Awesome. I loved what we saw from the quarterback position, really from top to bottom. Adrian Martinez, I felt like looked great in the second half. Brady Cook, when he had time to throw, he was decisive. Was he perfect? No, he did have a couple missed throws, but what do you want? Like, it's the first week of preseason, and Brady Cook's an undrafted free agent doing it for the first time. I thought like he looked, our quarterback room, understanding that we don't have Tyrod right now, like I'm really encouraged to, like, I think Brady Cook should be on the practice squad, no doubt about it. I want to keep him there all year, based off of tonight, based off of what he did back at Missouri. Very impressive stuff. Cook was 6 for 8. Adrian Martinez, a lot more attempts because he did play the entire second half, but obviously with that comes more volume. But he was slinging it all around the field. But I think really kind of the name of the game tonight was players just making plays, players flying around the field. You can talk about the defense, right? Like, it was just constantly someone making a play, constantly someone running to the football, constantly guys flocking to the football. It was just very impressive to see. It just really felt like, so how should I rephrase this? Maybe how Quincy Williams played last season, it felt like everyone played like that tonight. The closing speed by corners was like, that needs to be talked about, right? Having that instinct to move, to close on the pass catcher, to close on the football. When you have that quick reaction time, which can be better or, can be improved upon at the NFL level. But when you have that, when you have multiple guys who can close fast, I mean, that's really going to set the defense up as far as like overall longevity, long-term wise. If you can consistently do that, limiting yards after catch, or in some cases, increasing pass breakups. It also forces wide receivers to kind of hear footsteps, especially if you put that on tape a lot. Offensive coordinators will pick up on that very, very quickly. Now, of course, over time, you can't fall for pump fakes because they will try to do that if your corners close really quickly. They'll try to, catch you slipping and then beat you over the top. So, that is a problem that could potentially pop up, but that's, too far down the rabbit hole. Point is, defense was flying around. But yeah, we just had a bunch of like individual standout plays from like a bunch of different guys, right? Like Stone Smart's long catch where he was moving. Beck was making plays for the first team, catching passes over the middle of the field and quickly taking it upfield. That was really, really cool, man. Really impressive. Brandon Smith coming in with a couple catches. Like McCray Ball hawking someone down. Tuafele, I mean, what a day he had, right? 1.5 sacks, I believe, 2 quarterback hits. Leonard Taylor with the strip sack causing the defensive touchdown. Stiggers being able to close on a wide receiver. Like, you just had these guys flashing. And it was just really cool because it was happening pretty much everywhere you looked. I felt like punt coverage on special teams was awesome. And to be fair, we did have a lot of mistakes. Lots of mistakes made by the Packers, whether that be like penalties or drops or like just head-scratching blunders. And the Jets definitely capitalized, but that's been an area of concern in the past, right? Can you capitalize on other teams' mistakes? Are you shooting yourself in the foot? And the Jets didn't really we had a lot of penalties, but we didn't have any like crippling turnovers, right? Justin Fields didn't look out there confused, hooking it into double coverage or anything like that. But overall, no interceptions thrown on the day. Awesome. I mean, the Jets... 20-point victory over in Lambeau. I will take that every single day of the week. So lots to build on here, lots of positives. Very, very pleased with what I saw personally. Again, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Fast, physical, violent. In some cases, it hurt them with a over-aggressive flag or something. Understandable. I really don't mind it at this stage if that starts spilling into the regular season, which it might. We've seen that happen to Aaron Glenn's defenses before. It is what it is. We'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. But man, what a day. Justin Fields, Cook, Martinez, Smith, all these different guys, man. All these different guys. Donovan Edwards. How did I forget that? Donovan Edwards looked very impressive. He looked explosive. He had that one catch where he ran up the sidelines. He looked hard to bring down too, just kind of like similar to Braylon Allen, but not on Allen's level. Just as like from a physicality standpoint. Excuse me, man. What a night! What a night. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, go Jets.